Hello guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. In this YouTube video, I'm going to be covering the difference between hypertrophy and strength training. Right, let's completely execute this by beginning for hypertrophy. Now, hypertrophy is basically this concept, this phrase for building muscle. Hypertrophy equals building muscle. It's like a nerdy word for building muscle. So, how do we achieve hypertrophy and what it really is? So hypertrophy means that you're training more frequently and you're doing more repetitions, more sets, more volume. And strength training means you're taking things slow and you're increasing your strength. Hypertrophy increases muscle, strength increases strength. So how do we achieve hypertrophy and which one is better? So in my point of view, strength training is important, but it depends what your goals are. So if you're going for muscle, then go for hypertrophy. If you're going for overall strength and just being huge, then go for strength. So hypertrophy, I would recommend you go with that because strength training has a lot of disadvantages. For example, you're gonna you have a high risk, you're at a high risk of injuring yourself when you're doing a strength program. You also are going to train really hard. You're going to train less, but you're going to train really hard at the same time. So I would recommend you stick with hypertrophy because hypertrophy is basically training more but less, and strength is training less but more. How do I explain it? It's like I would recommend you watch Jeff Nippard for a full explanation of this, but my concept is that hypertrophy, in order to achieve it, you should be hitting 8 to 12 rep range, somewhere about that. It's either 8 to 12 or 6 to 15 rep range. And for volume, for hypertrophy, I reckon you should do somewhere about 10 to 20 working sets. So let me just give you an example. I got this personally from Jeff Nippard, so I would link his video down below. I would recommend you go watch it. So Jeff basically explains it like this. Say for example, on Monday I do 5 sets of chest, and then on Wednesday I go ahead and do 5 sets of chest again, and that gets me to a weekly volume of 10. Now I would recommend you don't go to the very low. I reckon you somewhere stay about in the middle, so 15 sets, the 6 to 18 is going to be ideal for most people. So then we move on to frequency. I would recommend you train 4 to 6 times a week for hypertrophy. And for strength training, I would recommend you train maybe 2 to 4 days. Now I'm personally educated in hypertrophy. I don't know nothing about strength training, I'm gonna admit, but from my point of view, strength training lies about 4 to 6 reps is what the rep range is for strength training at the moment. And in terms of volume, I recommend I'll link a YouTube video down below. You watch Jeff Nippard. So I'm very experienced in hypertrophy, so I know what I'm talking about in terms of hypertrophy. So that's the basics of it. You should be hitting 8 to 12 rep range, and you should be hitting a consistent 10 to 20 working sets per week. And in terms of training to failure, you should be training to failure because it's going to increase your muscle, as I've covered in a previous video. Training to failure is very important, especially when training for hypertrophy. Now that's the guide finished. I thank you for watching. It's just a brief little 4 minutes of explanation. Strength versus training, strength versus hypertrophy, sorry. Which one do I recommend? Hypertrophy, especially for beginners. I thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, comment down below what you want to see next. If you want to receive a full PDF of a free workout plan and a meal plan that's guided step by step, please send us an email at muscledamage@outlook.com. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Have a nice day.